Well, hello there. This is Debra Taubenslag with Magical Messages of Hope. And I'm so excited to introduce to you Rosemary Levesque. She is a sound healer, and you're going to be so excited too because she has wonderful tips and information for us today. Rosemary, please tell us what you do.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you so much for having me here today. I am so pleased to share a little bit about sound healing. It is only one of the things that I do. I'm also a Reiki master, Karuna master, uh, a licensed spiritual healer, and psychic intuitive, all kinds of things thrown together. Sound healing is actually one of the things, one of the modalities I added fairly recently in the past few years. However, I will say that there are elements of sound healing that have been coming through my whole life. And I'm going to just explain it very briefly by saying geometry. Sacred geometry, the spirals and the beautiful patterns that we
Yes,
see, those are all created by sound.
really?
Yes. In fact, if you do a Google search for cymatics, it's spelled Cymatics, cymatics. You will see that people have studied how sound can change matter. What it does is it can change how you feel, can change how healthy you are, it can change your mood, your physical, spiritual, emotional well-being. All of it is created by sound.
Wow.
So of
That's pretty
course,
awesome.
yeah, it is. And I started with geometry because I used to be a teacher. I was a biology teacher, and I also taught math in some schools where I was teaching around the world, and even had a geometry class or two that I was teaching. But I never in a million years would have thought that there was a correlation between sound and geometry. And so when using sound, in my healing sessions, I know that I'm helping the person on my table, and I'm also helping me because I'm getting that sound therapy too.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, if I came in as a client and I get on your table, how would you know what type of sound to use that would resonate with my physiological or emotional well being? I guess you use your intuitive sense as well.
Exactly. That's exactly right. As soon as somebody makes an appointment with me, I know what they need. It's really incredible. So it's not just sound. I use crystals, I use essential oils, I do Reiki, I listen, and I listen to spirit who is always speaking to me and through me. And so if you were to come for a session, I would set up my space in advance. Well, whether it's a distance session or an in-person session, it really doesn't matter.
Well, I think in this day and age with COVID, I guess it would matter. So, distant healing.
Distance healing, yes. So I would set up my space as if you are here,
Mhm.
and my table with crystals on it, and just knowing in advance who stepping forward. I say who, these are crystals that I'm working with, but they're not a what, they're a who, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So these beautiful energies come through in the form of, well, for example, here's just a crystal that I have with me in
Ooh.
my toolkit. This is a singing quartz crystal, and I actually use a fork on it. Are you able to
Oh,
hear
I
that?
hear that.
Uh, So this is the frequency of 528. I wanted to stop talking so you could hear it. One sec.
Wow. Oh, so you said 528 frequency. What does that mean?
Yes. So 528 hertz is the frequency of miracles. It
Hmm.
can help, this particular frequency can help you feel love in your heart, release blockages, bring in magic and miracles. The frequency of 528 hertz used to be included in the Gregorian chants years and years ago until the patriarchy said, oh, no, no, no. 528 brings you closer to God, and only we are supposed to be talking to God, not you peons, right? And so they took the frequency of 528 hertz right out of Gregorian chants and substituted 512. 512 hertz, if you are musical at all, you know that the frequency of 512 hertz is C, and it
I'm sorry, is what?
C.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And so it's in all the keyboards, 528, but 512.
Hmm.
And so 528 will bring you closer to God, will bring you the magic and miracles. It can help clear negative energies. Lots and lots of studies have been done with 528 hertz. And so when I'm working with frequencies, whether they're frequencies in crystals, frequencies in essential oils, frequencies of energy healing, Reiki, or frequency of sound, I keep going over here to sound because that's my toolkit over here. Matter because all of these frequencies are the exact vibration that anybody needs in order to feel better.
So from what I understand, what you're saying is this 528 frequency, whether it's with tuning forks and sound and possibly with music or with energy like Reiki healing energy, like you said, or with crystals or aromatherapy, it's getting that 528 frequency that aligns us with our God source and creates balance back. Is that correct?
Almost.
Okay.
Yes, almost. 528 is a frequency that you can hear. It's in the audible range for humans.
Okay.
But frequency of crystals and aromatherapy and Reiki, you cannot. So it's a different frequency. It's measured in megahertz.
Okay.
Which is a higher vibration beyond your hearing. So the tuning forks that I use are all ones that humans can hear. And actually, you'd be able to feel them too if I sound the tuning fork like that and then hold it near the body like this.
Oh, then you'd be able to feel the vibration.
You can feel the vibration.
Yes,
You can hear
yes.
it and you can feel it. So with the tuning that are not weighted like this, I use them in the etheric field, in other words, energy field of a person, weighted
When you
for,
say etheric or energy field, are you talking about their aura?
yes,
Okay.
yes. But the weighted forks, when I sound this, you can't hear it, but I can. Because the vibration comes back down the fork and into the stem. And so you can use it for acupuncture. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes. And so
Yeah, so it's because the needle in acupuncture stimulates the energy flow, and what you're doing with the vibration is stimulating the energy flow.
exactly. And
Got
so
it.
one of my favorite frequencies is the frequency of the earth.
Mm.
And you actually can replicate this in your voice. You can say Om. You can chant Om.
Oh,
Om, like that. And that's the frequency of the earth. And I have tuning forks for that.
really?
So what I would do is this and listen to it right by my ears,
Mm.
instantly feel ground connected, like, okay, I can be here. I can do this. I feel
So let
safe.
me ask you this.
Yes.
There's many people right now who are very isolated in their home, who are still waiting to get the vaccine if they choose to get the vaccine, or depending on what state you live in, things are always different. But what are some tools or techniques with the sound and aligning your body with that higher resonance of the 528 frequency? What can people do to just feel more balanced, to feel more calm, to get rid of the anxiety that they may be feeling? Any
Breathe.
suggestions?
Breathing is number one priority. The first thing you do when you're born is you inhale, and the last thing you do is you release, you exhale, right?
That's right.
And
That's right.
so
Last breath.
throughout your lifespan, breathing is number one. Now, when you add voice to breathing, you're just enhancing that. Now,
Mm.
how do we add voice? We add voice by chanting, like we just did with Om. Like that. And if everybody can do that now, just Om, you can feel the vibration
I
in
can
your
feel it in
body.
my nose and in my throat. Oh yeah. Made me
That's right.
smile.
So singing is wonderful. And I would add to singing, I would add movement, because sound creates physical. Remember, I told you sacred geometry, right?
Yes,
Sound
yes, yes.
creates motion and turns into physical. You can change your etheric field with sound, and it'll actually change your physical body. Imagine for a moment, Deborah, that all the sound that is coming at you is anger,
Mm.
noise, irritating.
Oh,
Imagine
I would tune it out.
you would tune it out, but there are some people who can't really tune that out
That's
so
right.
easily, right? They're in it.
That's right.
And I would like to suggest that you can convert it.
Mm.
So
Love
if you
this.
can convert it by becoming familiar with something that does resonate with your body, that does feel good in your body, that sound of the earth, that Om chant, can convert any noise into something that feels better. And I'll give you an example. Uh,
I love
boy, it
this,
was,
by the way.
pardon
I
me?
can see myself doing this very easily, and my
Of
son.
course. And look at how when I'm talking to you, I'm just holding my hand over your heart because
Mm.
it just, that's where it feels
Yes,
good.
it is.
So a year or two ago, it felt like Portland International Airport had changed their flight pattern. And I'd be out walking the dog at night, and then plane after plane, like every 5 minutes, plane going overhead. And it just irritated me
Oh
so.
yeah, noise pollution.
It was noise pollution. They were coming in kind of close, and we're not that close to the airport. We're a little bit away. Apparently, we're just, coming overhead. And I noticed, we had to notice things, right?
That's right.
Noticed that I didn't feel good when I heard them, saw them. I had trouble crossing the street because I couldn't hear anything else. That was the only thing I could hear. And it made me agitated. And so then I remembered my earth tuner with the sound of Om. And I don't carry these with me when I go for a walk, but
Especially with
I
the
know the
dog. That's
sound.
right.
So every time I saw a plane, I went Om. And every time the plane came by and I was doing my Om chant, they became my Om planes. Instead of airplanes, they were Om planes. And then I noticed that I didn't feel agitated anymore. I wasn't disturbed trying to cross the street or bothered by seeing and hearing another plane because they were Om planes. So
So
I converted.
yeah, you took a
converted
lemon and made
noise.
lemonade.
That's right.
That's
Yes.
right. I'm curious though, because you were doing this when walking the dog. Did you notice a difference with your dog's behavior and temperament when you started oming?
I did not, but she picks up on everything that, or she did pick up on everything that I was doing at the time. So if she detected my nervousness, she would also be nervous.
Right.
What's going on? Why is mom upset? Yeah. But if I'm not upset, that's normal. So
That's
that was
right.
okay.
And it makes me think our kids, they pick up on everything that we're feeling.
That's
There's
right.
something to worry about. Well, look at mom, she's worried, so I must need to be worried, or vice versa. That's
Exactly.
right. But I bet all the different therapeutic modalities that you do, not only does it help yourself and help all your clients, I'm sure it helps everyone in your family just because they're in that presence and that environment. And
I For
yeah,
those who want to use it. So everyone in my family right now is just my husband and myself. That's it. And my dog. When my kids come over, if they need any tuning fork help, I'm using tuning forks on them, especially the body tuners. I can use right down the spine and on the bottom of the feet, and that feels really grounding and centering. It feels amazing.
can this also help with sleep?
Sleep. Oh my gosh, yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
I love that.
Because if you're releasing your worries and cares with pure tone frequencies that feel good in your body, then yeah, there's worry, there's less concern if you feel good, right?
Absolutely.
So people sometimes think that there has to be a resolution, let's solve this problem, right? We got to fix this. We got to fight against something and we got to fix it. No, you don't. Rather than being involved in the conflict, raise your vibration.
Mm,
Go to a different vibration. All of a sudden, there's no conflict.
that's right.
Yeah.
Such wonderful words of wisdom. Can
Thank
you give us two things? The first thing is to give us a wonderful, magical message of hope. You just did, but give us another one because you have so much to offer.
Oh, let's see. There's so much.
There is.
hmm So I would say notice,
Mm,
notice, because the noticing tends to bring people either into a reactive mode or a responsive mode. And so if you are reacting to something that you're always involved with, you're maybe not noticing it. You're just reacting to it. You're on automatic pilot, right? But if you stop, again, your breath, breathe, get grounded, centered, and then kind of step back from a situation that is going on around you and notice, gee, is this something that is helping me, is hurting me? How do I feel about this? Does this have anything to do with me, or does it have anything to do with, this other thing that is going on?
the circumstance.
Um, so
Exactly.
I would just say notice, and then you can respond rather than just be
Yeah, rather than react automatically,
exactly.
which might get you into even more hot water.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That's such sound, no pun intended, sound, solid advice. How can people get in touch with you if they want to have a session with you or ask you questions?
Well, my website is the best way to reach me. It is called secondnaturehealing.com. Secondnaturehealing.com is all spelled out. And I live
Okay,
in
let me
Portland,
just repeat
Oregon.
that. Secondnaturehealing.com.
That's right. And
Terrific.
yeah, find my website and reach out to me. Send me an email, or there are lots of ways you can reach me. My phone number is on there as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, magical day yourself.
Thank you.
Bye bye now.